But right now, I want to talk about some core principles of how we handle money as Americans, and our neighbors in the North, Canadians, are pretty much right there along with this as well. So, in a lot of other countries that are growing economically, but had not been affluent, what are known as middle-income countries, people save roughly a third of what they make. Won't call them dollars because they wouldn't be dollars. Well, maybe in this case, I'll just say it that way to keep it simple. For every $3 somebody makes, in other cultures, so many other cultures, people save $1. It is like an article of faith, $2 to live on, $1 to save. In the United States, our traditional pattern, and it floats some, but the typical American saves 6 cents of every dollar. 6 cents of every dollar. Where in so much of the rest of the world, it's 33 cents of every dollar equivalent. Our culture has long been one about, hey, let's have fun today. Tomorrow will take care of itself. It is embedded in our culture that that's how we are. It doesn't make us bad, but the consequences can be rough. And so my big thing is changing how you do something to have a better result for you down the road. And so there are two principles that I want to draw out right now that are central and core to what I try to do to change your path with money. The first thing, across income scale, it's amazing that even as you move to very high income in the United States, a large percent of people who make a lot of money aren't saving any. They're wheezing financially. And that's an unnecessary risk. Once you get past the basics of life, more and more of spending becomes discretionary, as does the saving. So I have the crawl before you walk, the walk before you run, and the run before you marathon idea of how you build up financial security. Either through, if you're lucky enough to have the ability to put money aside at work, or you're not. I want you to start, if you're not saving anything, you're living a deficit life, and even if you're running debts, I want you to start automatically saving in whatever vehicle you can, 1 cent of every dollar you make. And you may be thinking right now, listening to me, or if you're watching me, you may be thinking, come on, I'm saving blah, blah, blah. Well, a lot of other people aren't. And there's not a guilt trip. It's just a fact of our culture. So if you start saving a penny of each dollar, in whatever way you would do it, it could be a savings account. It could be in a 401k. It could be in a Roth IRA, whatever. Do that penny of each dollar you make, automatically going into whatever it is. And then 6 months from now, you do another penny. 6 months after that, a third penny. 6 months after that, a fourth. What you'll find is that if you go from not being a saver at all, even if you're living a dead existence, you can create a mentality in your life of living on less than what you make, one little step at a time. In 5 years, you will have gone from not being a saver at all to saving a dime of every dollar you make. And that's a great baseline. So this is something that is for you. And what it does is it creates a whole different scenario moving forward. When you live on less than what you make, it means later You need less to live on because you've learned to live a less costly lifestyle. And you're building up money so that you can make choices other than having to feel like you have to work forever. The second part of this is I am the man from Roth. The Roth IRA is a wonderful gift that we got from the U.S. Congress. Senator William Roth of Delaware came up with this idea, and that's why it's named the Roth. To encourage people to save. Because savings before had really been so heavily tilted with the tax code only towards wealthy people. The Roth is an equalizer. You can put money in a Roth IRA. Only ultra-high income earners have restrictions. You put money in a Roth IRA, and your money grows tax-free, and it's spent tax-free down the road. Again, crawl before you walk, walk before you run, run before you marathon. But if I can leave you with anything, if building savings and building security has been really hard for you, you do these two things. And I don't need to go more into the Roth because I talk about the Roth in different ways all the time. But building up the habit of savings first, building a Roth is maybe part of that, or in addition, do those two things, you create a whole new story. You know, your Name Your Own Adventure book, you're creating a new ending for that adventure book, a new cycle in that adventure book, when you live on less than what you make as the way you live your life.